Is Tony Conover. I am a fourth year graduating senior political science and philosophy double major. I am also the president of the Rutgers NAACP. Question number one is, where are you from? Where have you been raised? And describe the context of your neighborhood and surroundings. I'm actually from Neptune, New Jersey, but I moved to Willingboro, New Jersey through the foster care system. After various homes, I finally landed in Willingboro, New Jersey, which is a nice little suburb that was, I guess you can say, inhabited by people from urban areas. So a lot of Trenton, Camden, Newark, etc. So the surroundings looked nice, but the actual atmosphere of the environment was deplorable at best, and still is deplorable and still deteriorating. Question two says, what does it mean to be a black man in America? Which is a good question. Being a black man in America is I feel, one of the toughest jobs. We are constantly fighting stereotypes of being thieves, being just criminals in general, being aggressive, being very, very, like, on the complete opposite spectrum of what is lawful in America. So that's how I feel it is to be a black man in America. Our obligation, however, is to fight that. So as a black man in America, you have to make sure you do all you can to be on your P's and Q's so that you can beat that stereotype, which is it sucks and it's hard, but it's, in all honesty, that's what comes with our race and ethnicity. We have life harder than most. So um, that's just how I feel about that. Number three is it a priority of yours to reach academic excellence as a college student? If so, how do you think your fellow black male colleagues will feel about that? It's definitely a priority. It's unacceptable to not. A black male graduating with, I don't know, 2.0 is like, oh, it's what we expect from them, especially here at Rutgers. You made it to Rutgers. You're already doing great things. You need to graduate with at least a 3.0. Like, it's not acceptable to graduate with anything less. And if you did, you better have a very, very good reason. But to graduate, period, is great. But academic excellence is very important because it shows that you're more than what this statistic says you are. You're doing better or just as good as your counterparts, given more constraints than them. And that's why academic excellence is completely important. Number four says, how would you describe the cool black guy on campus? What does he do? How does he act? What are his priorities? To be quite honest, the cool black guy in high school was the guy who was the class clown. Got a lot of females, made a lot of jokes, had the flyest gear, had the most friends, etc. But in college, that's not really cool. I mean, although some people still idolize the people who live that lifestyle, we've been learning that in a general sense, the cool guy is the person who has the great grades, who does more than just go to class, does extracurriculars, does everything. It takes full advantage of the college experience. So they're part of an organization. They have a great GPA. They work. They are responsible. They're actually independent in some sense. So that's what makes the cool guy here in college. Number five says, why do other black guys say that another black man is acting white? That comes from you being from a predominantly white neighborhood, predominantly white school, or predominantly white background. If your traits symbolize that of opposite of the urban background, which is commonly associated with what a black guy, a black male is, his traits come from, then of course you're seen as a white. It's black and white. As ignorance in America has brought us to black and white. Even though really your characteristics are just a well-trained individual is black or white. Number six says, as a black male student, from your perspective, background, how do you feel is the best way to express your masculinity here in college? Given my background as a foster care youth, I have a lot of group of male friends who push this over sexualization, who push masculinity, bravado, hubris, a lot of things. But in my personal opinion, as a black male student, you express your masculinity by going to class, getting great grades, uh, being independent, being able to juggle the real life, so juggle extracurriculars with work, with school, with whatever stress that you're dealing with at home, etc. That's being a male. A man is someone in my a man, excuse me, a masculine man in my eyes is someone who knows how to handle business. You're not masculine because you get women. You can be heterosexual or homosexual and still be a man as long as you're taking care of everything empirical. Bills, school, work, organizations, etc. And the last question says, how do other black men feel about another black males doing or acting in a way that is associated with the masculinity ideology of white America, such as spending time investing into his education and speaking properly? So I feel like now as some people still look down upon it, but I feel like the more educated you get, the more you appreciate that. I definitely can say for myself, I definitely, I'm like, wow, like that guy's doing great. That's how you supposed. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you pay to come here to do. So I feel other black men that I know, at least my peers, and even some of my friends back home who weren't fortunate enough to go to college or trade school because they decide they want to go straight into the workforce or the military, or some that haven't not done anything at all, they respect it. It's like they're starting to realize that you can't knock someone else's hustle. If you're doing it and you're making it in America, you're advancing. They know college is hard, so they appreciate that. So that's how I feel. That actually completes the questions. Hope you all enjoyed my answers. Thank you.